this week. And we come to you today from Malibu, California. We're at the Firestone Fieldhouse on the campus of Pepperdine University. And the matchup today between the USF Dons and the hometown Pepperdine Wave. And hello again, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins, my partner, Brad Holland. And Brad, a couple teams really in dire need of a W today.
Yeah, both teams are going, Barry, can we just get a win? You know, they're young, they're inexperienced, and what they're really trying to do now is gain respectability in the league and try to get the highest seed they can for the conference tournament.
Well, we all remember when a team down here, Pepperdine, had a lot of respectability, and one of the reasons was a guy by the name of Doug Christie, who played his college basketball here, went on, of course, to play for 6 different teams in 15 NBA seasons, but 2 times the West Coast Conference Player of the Year and the number 17 overall pick. And it's a pleasure to welcome Doug Christie right here. And Doug, this is where you earn your chops. How's it feel to be back?
Oh, man, there's no place like Malibu, California. First of all, as a kid coming from Seattle, Washington, a lot of rain, I came down here and I said, yeah, this is where I'm coming.
All right, tell me what the West Coast Conference was like when you played here. Of course, you were one of the standouts, but historically, West Coast Conference has produced a lot of very, very good players who have gone on to that next level.
No question. The West Coast Conference is definitely a tough conference. When I first came in, we had Loyola Marymount. There was really some tough teams. They were running and gunning. By our junior year, we were able to really establish ourselves as a team to beat. We went on, I think it was 35 in a row that we did, and I've been watching. You got Gonzaga, St. Mary's, a lot of really, really good talent in the WCC.
How come in that video right there, nobody's guarding you? Nobody's able to guard you. What's that all about?
That's scary because that guy there has hair. I don't know what's going on. Where'd you get that at?
We put it in. You know, it's the magic of television.
That's
we can
right.
do that. You know?
No question.
One thing I do want to talk to you about, Marty Wilson told me yesterday that you had a conversation with this Pepperdine team.
Yes.
And sat with them for an hour, and he said these kids were absolutely enraptured. Can you just talk a little bit about what you said to these kids and what they took away from it?
You know, when Marty called me and asked me, I was thinking, you know, what am I going to talk about? And what he said is, I just want you to come in and you want to relate to them on their level. And we just had a real life conversation about the things that you're going to experience going through from high school to college. And hopefully you guys have aspirations of going farther. But what you got to understand is that when you're in college, you're going to make some mistakes in these things. But what you want to do is you don't want to let it happen time and time again. You know, there was a couple guys who had some instances, and we talked directly to them and let them know about some of my things that I went through as a player, on the court, off the court, college, NBA, and it gained, I think, some camaraderie between me and them, and it was really, really a good time.
Doug, I know you had a lot of great moments here as a Wave, but do you have a favorite one that stands out to you?
You know, it would probably be the night that we closed out as a senior and we won and all of us ran and we jumped in the pool back here. And those are the times where, you know, I just think anything that I think of when I think of Pepperdine, I think of team, because we were a really, really good team. It wasn't just about Doug Christie or Jeff Lear or Dana Jones. It was about everybody involved. And Tom Asbury gave me an ultimate opportunity here at Pepperdine, and I love him to this day for it.
Is this the one big difference between college basketball and the NBA? NBA all of a sudden now, it's fun certainly because that's what you love to do, but it's all about business.
No question. You have to understand that college basketball, the players still listen to the coach, whereas the NBA, you know, everyone's making a paycheck. It's a little bit different, but I just love basketball. I love college basketball. I love the NBA. I love training players. It's what I do. But there's definitely a difference between the NBA and college basketball playing. Now, when we're looking at that, we're talking about a team that was just fantastic. Moved the ball, played the right way, the way you're supposed to play. Sacramento, just many, many great memories.
All right, we had some shots of you right here with the Sacramento Kings. The Kings may be going away. Sad news.
You know, it's bittersweet for me. It's sad because I love Sacramento and I'd hate to see the team leave. But at the same time, I'm from Seattle, and I watched our team leave Seattle growing up with DJ and Freddie Brown and Gus Williams when it left. But, you know, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. They really understood what they lost, and now they really, really want it back. So it's bittersweet.
Mixed feelings for you.
No doubt about it.
All right, Doug, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you guys so much.
Really a pleasure to see you. Looks like he can go out and play, doesn't he? I bet he's got guys recruiting him.
Fantastic shape.
You know, speaking of being recruited, his 11-year-old son was right out here behind us just a few minutes ago, taking a few shots. Looks like he can go out and play right now, Doug.
Well, he's learning. He's 11. He's learning. He thinks he knows everything, well, like most 11-year-olds do.
All right, thanks again, Doug.
You got it.
That's Doug Christie. So many years in the NBA, and, of course, he really did put Pepperdine basketball on the map. They're trying to get back there, Coach. Lorne Jackson, a guy who's been asked to move back to the point guard. Cody Doolin, the USF point guard. Cody has started every game since he walked on the campus here at USF.
Yeah, he's the engine, Barry, that makes this Dons team go. You know, he really pushes it hard in transition. I mean, he does a great job of creating penetration and opening up shots for his teammates. I mean, he's super aggressive once he gets the ball. He comes off on-ball screens extremely well, and he can score. He had 4 3-pointers the other day against St. Mary's. So this Dons team needs him to do a lot of different things offensively with the basketball.
He really has been a catalyst for that team. There's no question about it. And again, it's a case for them of as he goes, so go the Dons. But for Rex Walter, it's been a kind of a mix and match. He really hasn't decided on a starting 5 and stuck with it because really there hasn't been any 5 players that have really gotten it done.
Yeah, watching them play a couple times, Barry, it almost looks like he's the mad scientist. You know, he's trying to find the magical ingredients. So he's doing a lot of different lineups out there, different substitution rotations, just trying to find something that can win a game.
All right, well, when we come back on WCC this week, you know, everybody prepares differently. All these guys that do the sport of basketball prepare really hard. Well, we're going to have Chris McGee and Dave Miller. There they are prepared for their segment right now. When we come back, they're going to tell us who won. My money's on Gator. I don't know.
Welcome back to WCC This Week in Los Angeles. I'm Chris McGee alongside the coach, Dave Miller. Coach, you ready to get to the conference highlights from earlier in the week?
I'm always ready with you on a Saturday.
Let's do this. Gonzaga taking on Loyola Marymount University. Gonzaga looking to stay undefeated in the WCC. Mitch Kupchak on hand. Possibly scouting? Kelly Olynyk. Why not? First half, Zags up 2. Olynyk gets the ball up high, driving, left-handed layup, and it goes.
I used to have hair like that, Chris McGee. Not Zags up 4.
The glory days. Later in the first, Stockton finds Elias Harris for the two-handed jam.
Stockton to the mailman, because Harris delivers. Zags up 6.
Olynyk showing his all-around game. Here he is from deep. Hits the three-pointer. Gonzaga up 10.
Mitch Kupchak loves the range.
Anthony Ireland trying to keep him in the game. This is a good ball player. Deep three-pointer. Got it.
Love how
Elevated
he
5.
rejects the screen, Chris. Nails the 3.
Gonzaga would pull away. Gary Bell Jr., three-pointer.
Ring my bell. I love me some Anita Ward.
Let's get him again then. Bell Jr., this time from deep. Got it.
Net noise.
Gonzaga ends the half on a 27-4 run. They're going to lead by 28 at the half. Olynyk gets his own rebound and scores. Second half, Zags up 29. Olynyk. More Olynyk. Backdoor. Great feed. The finish. Gonzaga wins 88-43. Olynyk, 15 points, 6 rebounds. St. Mary's taking on USF. The fans honoring longtime Golden Girl Betty White. That's always a good idea. San Francisco hosting. Second half, Jordan Page finds Bo Levesque for the big dunk.
Paging Levesque. Paging Levesque. You get it, McGee? Page to Levesque.
I got it, Coach. Under 8 minutes to play. Della Vedova, Matthew Della Vedova with the bucket. St. Mary's up 16.
That's footwork from down under.
More St. Mary's. Levesque, he's going to find Brad Waldow for the layup and the foul.
Levesque getting his Steve Nash on.
Dons are going to make a run because that's what they do at home. Under 2 minutes to play. Cody Doolin. Doolin driving, use the body, off the glass, and it counts.
Banks open late in San Fran.
Under 30 seconds to play. Dons down 6. De'Ann Parker from the corner.
I love the penetrate and kick. Oh, my Gangnam style.
Dons within 3. Ensuing inbound pass for St. Mary's. Beats the trap. James Walker III for the layup. St. Mary's escapes 67-63. Gales have won 16 straight over the Dons. Moving on, BYU taking on Pepperdine in Malibu. Pepperdine 2-5, BYU 6-2. Under 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Score tied at 56. Tyler Haas, turnaround jumper. BYU up 2.
The WCC leading scorer got game.
Ensuing Pepperdine possession. Jordan Baker, pull up, hit the big 3. Pepperdine up 1 with a minute left.
Downtown NBA 3-ball.
14 seconds left. BYU up 1 after hitting 2 free throws. Carlino knocks down the 3.
Love the penetration, but not so much the kick. Don't break your toes, young fella.
1.3 left on the clock. Pepperdine down 2. Jordan Baker's foul, taking a 3. Misses the second on purpose. Pepperdine can't come up with it. BYU comes back and wins 63-61 despite the loss. Gerald Brown is proud of his ways. Santa Clara Broncos taking on Portland. Santa Clara on a 4-game winning streak. Kerry Keeney's got the Broncos balling up in NorCal. First half, Santa Clara up 22. Kevin Foster with the steal. Mark Tranzolini.
Tranzolini with some airtime, but give the co-eds. Let them get some. Broncos up 24.
Broncos rolling. Derek Rogers with the steal, takes it all the way to the basket. Rockmore is there to block it.
Rockmore getting his fat Joe on. Watch it. Lean back. Lean back. Love the rock block.
Santa Clara leading by 18 at the half. Trasolini, spin move to the bucket. Trasolini, 23 points, 13 boards. Later in the second half, Santa Clara up. Brandon Clark steal, take it all the way. Santa Clara wins 70-46. Clark, 15 points off the bench. We look at the standings. The Zags, 20-2 overall. They lead the conference, undefeated 7-0. St. Mary's has been on fire at 7-1. BYU almost upset against the Waves of Pepperdine, but they hang on. They are at 7-2 at the bottom. Portland at 1-7. All right, Coach, what stood out to you midweek?
Bo Levesque from St. Mary's, very intriguing.
Love that kid.
Every team has stars, but you've got to have a guy that is your glue guy, someone that's fundamental, a guy that's long, he's strong, and he attacks the rim. He's one of those hard-nosed workers that you love to have on your team. He can put the ball on the floor. He loves the up and under. He's extremely good in terms of footwork. He puts the ball on the floor, reads the defense. That's a great pivot. He also can pick and pop. He reminds me a lot of your friend, Luke Walton, who you can put anywhere on the floor, and he's going to make the right play.
Lucas Theodore Walton. I like that, Coach. All right, full slate of games today. Which one are you looking forward to and why?
Gonzaga San Diego interests me because when you look at the Zags, this is a team that's the cream of the crop. Very easily could end up in the Final Four. San Diego, a strong start. They were my sleeper pick before the season started, but they've hit a 3-game skid. In order for them to compete in this game, their guards are going to have to hit their perimeter shots. They're going to have to limit their turnovers, and every time a shot goes up, they're going to have to block out. Those will be the keys in that matchup.
All right, game of the week, San Francisco at Pepperdine. What are you going to be keeping your eye on?
I've got to keep my eye on Cole Dickerson. To me, he's one of the most underrated bigs in the conference. He's a double-double machine. He leads the league in rebounding, grabbing 9.8 rebounds per game. He hit a game-winning buzzer-beater 3 versus Portland on the 24th. He's one of those high-energy guys that's got a motor that never stops ticking. I love that he can step out. He's got great range. And then the second key is going to be, how does Pepperdine react to the pressure that the San Francisco guards are going to put on? They love to trap the pick and roll. They love to run and jump. So Pepperdine is going to have to rely on pressure releases, and it's going to have to be automatic. They're going to have to meet each pass with the jump stop, catch, turn, and look. Those are the keys to that game. I think Pepperdine wins at home.
Love it. Going to be a great game. All right, coming up, overcoming multiple knee injuries is not easy. Don't miss the basketball journey of Pepperdine's Lorne Jackson. St. Mary's junior forward Bo Levesque is the WCC Player of the Week. Levesque averaged 19.5 points per game and 5 rebounds off the bench in the Gales' 2 wins last week. Levesque was extremely efficient, shooting nearly 77% from the floor. The Pepperdine campus sits on a hill with gorgeous views of the Pacific Ocean, but it wasn't all perfect for Waves guard Lorne Jackson. After undergoing multiple knee surgeries, it's taken hard work and determination for the 5th-year guard to succeed on the court. But Jackson isn't ready for his basketball career to end just yet.
It was hard. I did my first one a little bit after my freshman year, and I got surgery after my freshman year, and then I did this most recent one last summer in just an open gym, just playing with my teammates, fooling around. And I slipped on the wet spot.
When he first hurt his knee and the doctors called, and I called him, actually I called him twice, or he called me twice. He called me first time to tell me how bad it was, and then a little bit later, he called about 20 minutes later, and he cried both times.
That was like more devastating than the first one because it was my senior year, or going into my senior year, and just to have it happen all over again, it just put me down a lot, and it was just something tough to deal with, and having to sit out my senior year was very hard.
The sad thing is he's had the 2 major surgeries. The positive thing from learning it is he didn't stay down very long.
They go to Jackson. Dribbles in the lane, 8-foot jumper and scores.
Doing great. I haven't had any problems in the past year whatsoever from it, and it's been fully healthy and ready to go.
He won a game at both ends for us against Washington State. He was out of position. It wasn't his coverage, but he recognized, hey, we needed help. He comes over, he blocks his shot.
The basket is shot knocked down by Jackson.
Well, he goes down to the other end. He makes a play where he goes in. He scores the winning layup.
Jackson dribbles down the lane and deep, laid up and in.
I think those things from last year helped him.
When I came to Pepperdine, I'm about 45 minutes away in Simi Valley, so all my family's in LA for the most part, so I just wanted to stay close to home, and so all my family come to the games.
Well, you know, it's a unique situation because Lorne went to Simi Valley High School. I went to Simi Valley High School many moons ago. His high school coach was my old teammate.
So he was real close to my high school coach, played on his team, and so when he came back to Pepperdine, he recruited me again.
I want to be around good people, our staff, our school. I mean, we want good people here. We want high character guys here, and that's important. Lorne's a high character guy that we wanted to be a part of our program.
The hardest time out of anybody in the history of probably being a fifth year. They're just on me every day, just do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. And I just hear it probably more than anybody else on the team, but I mean, I accept it.
Jackson, that's not a young player there, that's a fifth-year senior.
We can preach, we can use him as an example. Hey, Lorne Jackson, fifth-year senior, he's gonna graduate, he's gonna be successful. I don't have to worry about him. We don't have to worry about him very much off the floor with his character and nightlife and any of those things. And our guys see those things.
Overall, I would say he's a great teammate, and, you know, it's a pleasure for me to come in and play with him, seeing as he's a fifth-year senior. You know, he could have been gone, and, you know, it could have been a lot different, but I feel like it's a great pleasure for me to come in and play with him.
Coaches are on me about trying to talk more to my teammates, trying to coach more and be more of a leader, but it's getting better, and I've been working on that to talk to my teammates and help them out.
Him being a quiet guy, but being a role model where guys can look at him and understand, hey, he's not out causing trouble. Okay? He's taking care of business in the classroom.
You know, he tries to kind of just lead through his game and lead by example. He's not really the type of guy to, you know, like rally the troops and, you know, bring us together. There's kind of other people on our team that can do that, or he kind of leads us through just by example in the game.
And I finally figured out, hey, stop asking him to be vocal and just let him do what he does to help lead our team.
This is a long two as football's on the line. He gets it to go.
Favorite part about the campus, 5 minutes away from the beach, if that. I haven't surfed yet, and I've been here 5 years. Before I graduate, I'm gonna surf. But I'm gonna have to wait till after season now, but that's definitely on my bucket list. Overall, I've been getting better. The team's been great. We've been getting better. And it's helped. I'm around a good group of guys, and we're just meshing really well this season. Teams just know when they play us that, you know, we're not the Pepperdine of old. We're not just going to lay down and just get smacked by whoever, and we're going to come and play. We're going to be physical. We're going to lock down the defensive end.
What a play by Lorne Jackson.
I'm going to continue to play. I'm going to try to enter the draft and then see what goes on with that, and then see the NBA or trying to go overseas. But I'm not done playing yet, so until my legs fall off.
Great stuff. Let's take a look at the WCC Game of the Week schedule. This week, it's San Francisco at Pepperdine. Next week, it's the Waves again, this time at Portland. Coach, your impressions of the fifth-year guard, Lorne Jackson.
Was certainly impressive when we talk about all the guards in this conference. They're not only good players, but they're great people. And when you look at him, what a role model of a student athlete at such a prestigious institution. Fifth year, going to graduate. He's really more a two that has to play the one, but regardless of his position, he certainly is a leader on and off the court. There's not a coach in the country that would not covet a player like Jackson.
Concur. Do it. That's it for me and the coach. WCC Game of the Week is the San Francisco Dons versus the Pepperdine Waves. We'll get you back to the Firestone Fieldhouse. Enjoy the game.
We welcome you back to the WCC This Week. We are at the Firestone Fieldhouse here on the campus of Pepperdine University as the USF Dons stepping up literally and hope to step up figuratively with a win today, but it's going to be a tall order against the Pepperdine team that is very good at home. Barry Tompkins, Brad Holland alongside. We talked a little bit about Lorne Jackson. The guys in the studio told you about him, but this is a backcourt strong team in a backcourt strong league.
You're right. It's all about the guards for Pepperdine and their success, particularly today. But Jordan Baker, who we're going to look at right now, is an absolute rising star, not only in the West Coast Conference, but on the West Coast. I mean, he can shoot the three. He's shooting 41% from there. Nice pull-up, but he does a lot more for this team. He's their best on-ball defender, and he just does a lot to create other shots for his teammates. He's a fantastic passer as well.
And you can see what the backcourt here of the Waves has done. Lorne Jackson being made to play the point guard because their starting point guard is out because of some classroom issues. So fifth-year senior, 14 points. Jordan Baker, 15 points in conference play and getting better. And earlier, Brad had a chance to speak to Marty Wilson about his guard.
Well, he's maturing. We throw a lot at him offensively, defensively. We've challenged him to become tougher, and he has mentally and physically. But he's a scorer. He's a playmaker. He's a guy that we're going to continue to give more and more. He makes plays for himself. He can create his own shot. He can create plays for other people. He's a very good on-ball defender, so we're throwing a lot at him, and he's delivering.
You got San Francisco coming in here today. What are some of the things you guys need to do well to get this victory?
Well, main thing is transition. They push the ball. Their point guard, Dooling's very quick, very aggressive offensively. We have to slow him down and shadow him and make sure we keep him out of the paint. And we have to do a good job of defending the ball screens because they run multiple ball screens every possession. And then we have to close out and get to the shooters.
All right, it gives us an opportunity to take a look at what else is on tap in the West Coast Conference today and tonight. Portland is at St. Mary's. A very tall order there for the Pilots, I think, Brad.
Well, it is. I mean, St. Mary's, I don't know if anybody's playing better other than Gonzaga in the league right now.
And Santa Clara has to go to BYU, 19,000 people in Provo. You know what a tough place that is to play.
No, exactly. We did that game with BYU at Santa Clara, so Santa Clara needs to answer the bell because they got worked by BYU at home.
And Gonzaga at San Diego. San Diego, again, very guard-oriented team. That's going to be very tough for them, even though they do get the Zags at home.
Correct. They're at home, and they've got to play really well. Johnny D needs to go off in that game.
All right, so what's left then is to get on with it here in Malibu, and we will do that. We'll talk about what it's going to take to win this game for both teams. USF and the Peps coming up.